All right. We are live. I need to set their echo. Echo? No. All right, cool. I am off work today. We had a little situation with the contract we're working on, so some of us are going home, some of us are staying. Let me cut though. I can hear myself. Let's do this. Monitor off. Okay. Yeah, so anyways, I'm staying out here in California and I'm off today and I wanted to go over something that was brought up to my attention from a conversation me and my grandmother were having earlier. And by the way, if y'all don't know this, my grandmother raised me. I don't know who my dad is. I've never met him, don't know who he is. And my grandma's a pretty big staple in my life. So we were talking about just some random stuff, and she brought to my attention Alabama Riverboat Brawl. And I was immediately, she started telling me the story. I thought it was something that happened back in the, before, while slavery was still legal and all that good stuff. Then she mentioned that it just happened. So we're just going to switch over to here to this view, and I'm going to kind of play it. I want to see what y'all think. And
tonight we're learning more about a boat dog
I'll interject a few times and maybe say what I think too. All right.
brawl in Alabama. Video shows a dock worker being attacked by a group before bystanders eventually jump in. As
Ryan Young reports now, Alabama officials are publicly reacting as the search continues for the people involved.
Little backstory too, by the way, back in the slave trade days, this particular port was a known port for slaves to be brought to, just a little back history there. That's just, from what my grandmother told me. So there's a lot of history of racism and white douchebaggery in Alabama in general. Not to say that the other races don't have douchebaggery too, but specifically white people. There's a lot of misguided white people here. Anyways, let's go.
An altercation on a Montgomery, Alabama boat dock over the weekend between a group of white boaters and a black employee escalated into a massive brawl that resulted in multiple arrests. Montgomery Mayor Stephen Reed is calling for justice to be served for attacking a man who was doing his job.
It's an unfortunate incident, and it's something that we're investigating right now. We'll continue to go through that process before we take any additional steps.
It all began when the black employee was trying to clear the dock space where the Riverside cruise, the Harriet II, normally docks. The cruiser was about to return to shore and needed its space to dock.
Just doing his job. And for some reason, they didn't like it. They didn't want to move the boat. And he decided to get physical with him.
I would just like to say right here, drunk ass racist white piece of shit right here. And all of his little compadres.
You can see in the video the black employee on the dock arguing with one of the men from the pontoon boat, and then another shirtless white man charging at the employee and hitting him in the face. Soon after that, you can see several others join in on the attack of the dock employee. In some of the video, which has gone viral,
I would just like to say all these dudes right here are all too much of a coward to fight this guy one-on-one. Every single one of them. These people right here, y'all should have been the ones to get COVID and die. Real talk. We don't need any more people like this in our society. Our culture's fucked up enough, pardon my language.
With millions of views, people on the boat can be heard yelling for someone to go help the employee. Then at one point, you can see a young man who has jumped off the boat, swimming ashore to help the man who was being attacked.
The boat got closer, the guys and the crew members and everybody got off, and that's when it happened. That's the reason why when they got off the boat, they came right to that smaller boat.
And that's what
everybody on this dock right here is where this riverboat always docks. All right, it left out with basically a whole boat full of black people, probably all on some type of reunion or some type of little cruise to go down the river. Right, well, these guys park in their spot and just hang out there. Now, specifically knowing what this place is known for already, were they just being douchebags to just piss them off? Did they legitimately not know that that boat docks there? Or, you know, was there a little bit more to this? But anyways, basically, these black people on the boat were watching this single guy working for the dock or whatever, security, get jumped by all these racist white douchebags right here. And they were screaming, you know, to stop. So a lot of them jumped off into the water. We'll go ahead and defeat that mystery, saying people, you know, black people can't swim. They were swimming just fine, and they swam their butts right there to the dock, and the rest of that unfolded. I didn't get to see a lot of the fight afterwards, but I do hope a lot of these dudes got a good bunch of licks in and right on their fucking face. They deserved every bit of it. You know, I don't know. I've been in a personal situation in jail with a white versus black fight with a 75-man dorm. I might talk about that later, but anyways.
But more fighting ensues, turning into an all-out brawl that included several people getting hit over the head with a folding chair. Soon after, officers started trying to take control, handcuffing people in the fight.
You know, they were the antagonists of the whole situation. Arrest them, because unfortunately, when things happen, people of color are the first to be put in handcuffs.
Many questions remain about the melee that appeared to be very...
These people deserve every bit of the beatdown that they got. They deserved every single bit of it. This is justice right here. There wasn't time for police to get there. People actually had to step in and do something. I'm glad these folks did. And I hope they got their ass whooped. All these little stupid white drunk assholes. These little racist ones right here and the little fat ones that were over there. The ones that jumped that one security guy. Hope they got their shit. I hope they got their shit
split
beaten.
across racial lines.
We are fully engaged, and we are doing all of our due diligence to find out exactly what took place.
Last thing we need in this country is racial divide. We need unity. We need people coming together. We need people fighting for causes. There are enough big things to focus on right now. We need to come together. There'd only be no white versus black, nothing. What I saw in jail, I don't ever want to be a part of that ever again. That was one of the most uncomfortable feelings I've had. I just did not know what to do in a situation when there are literally a whole dorm and it's white versus black. I'm a religious person. I'm in the Bible when I'm in jail. You know, I'll fight, but I don't play all the games. I don't do the dope. I don't do the drugs. I don't do none of that. I just watch it happen. So all that stuff was about. It was about control. It's about power. Ironic thing is, I was in a racist white parish in Louisiana. It's called Livingston, that jail I was in. And it was a mostly white dorm. And literally, there may have been 10 black people in there out of 75. The other maybe 20 Mexican, Hispanic people. The rest are white. And this entire dorm was ran by the black folks. And I don't care, because when I say ran, you know, drugs, tobacco, whatever, any of that kind of stuff, that's who was running the dorm. Well, they shipped some guy who was AB from Tennessee down to Louisiana, and he came into our dorm. That was where they put him. Dude came in with a 10-inch shank. Now, you know how he brought it in there, too. They called it the bone crusher. Well, he saw what was going on. He didn't like it. He's a racist-ass white dude. You know what I'm saying? He starts getting everybody riled up. Next thing you know, there's boiling hot water flinging. There's people getting choked out. There's people getting almost beat down to death. Like when you see somebody get hit with boiling hot, steaming water to the face, like burn the face, and then just start getting punched on, like, you don't even know what to do in a situation like that. And I mean, I would never want to be in this boat situation. It's just a bunch of, and it was all started by a bunch of dumb, racist ass, ignorant white people. Let that sink in. I'm white. All that crap's got to stop, man. Now, there's black. I also heard something very recently that threw me off. I had a black person tell me it's not possible for a black person to be racist. Now, that is ignorant. Any race can be racist, and there are racists in every single race. All right? Let's just get that clear. We need to cut the shit. We need unity. We need people coming together. Period. I got to go finish my laundry. Close that out. And we'll switch back here. I hope everyone has a great day. This has just been a little test stream. Now that I have OBS, I'm going to try to, start working a little bit of streaming into my downtime while I'm away from home on the road. So keep myself busy. I hope everyone has a great week.